How you doing? Keith here from the Handyman Can. Today I'm going to show you how to fix a hole in the wall with no tools and for less than a fiver. Okay, so here we have a hole in the wall. Now I've actually just put that hole in that wall just to show you. Now normally your wall might be painted. If it's painted, you're going to need a little bit of PVA glue, just to bond it to where you're actually plastering back. So we don't need a lot of materials, we don't need a lot of tools, and you definitely don't need a plasterer. Now I'm a plasterer, so people say I probably shouldn't be telling you this, but you can fix it yourself, so I'm going to show you how. So here's our tools. Now you can use scrim tape if you have some. If you don't, I'll show you a way around that. I have a pencil, I have a bowl, a bit of plaster. You could buy probably a butt plaster. A lot of hardware, especially like likes of B&Q, will sell busted bags for £1 or £2, so you should not spend a lot of money getting a bit of plaster. You will, if you look around, get a piece of plasterboard out of a skip, so you won't need to buy a plasterboard. There's always loads of plasterboard and skips. I got this piece out of a skip just to prove the point. So what I'm going to do is show you a little trick now. So basically what we're going to do to make this a bit easier is we're going to make that square. So we're going to draw a square. It doesn't have to be an exact square, just bigger than the hole, and cut it out. So as I said, we're going to do this without tools. So let's just say we don't have a knife, so you might have a screwdriver around the house or just an ordinary kitchen knife. Best thing to do is just cut at your four corners first. And then with a knife, if you have a knife, great, or some sharp implement, just cut around the edge of your line. Doesn't have to be perfect because you're going to be using this as a template for another piece that you cut. So helps if you can get a neat enough cut. When I say neat, I mean that you don't break the edges too much. I'm not worried about the middle. I'm not worried if it breaks in half when we're taking it out, because this is just a template that you're going to cut your next bit of board out. So you get that piece out. Now, the only thing you will have to watch out for is if you're anywhere near where you think there might be wires. Then I'd say use a sharp knife, don't use a screwdriver, because you might push through and actually break the... Now, so we'll have to clean this off later, but this is what we're looking for. It's this shape here, because that's going to fit back in there. So then what we do next is this. We put this down on our new piece of board. Okay, so we place this down on our new piece of board and then we draw around it. And it doesn't matter if we're a little bit big, because we can trim it. That's kind of the shape we want there now. So what we do is we cut this shape, and what we're going to try and do is, on the other side, we're going to try and leave this piece of paper around it as a border. That's going to join it back into what we're already doing. Now you can cut it a little bit smaller so it fits in nicely, and you just cut the back of it there, and then what you do is peel that paper off. Just peel it off and try and leave the paper. So you're left with the paper. So it means when we come back over here and stick it in the hole, we have this piece of paper that we can stick with the plaster. So I'm just going to tidy up that hole out, and then we'll go to that bit. Now we just luckily here have a timber, so we could just put that piece in there and screw it to the timber and use the paper trick on the other side, or a bit of scrim. But a lot of times the hole will be just where there is nothing. So we have this now where this will go into the hole nicely. You just push it in, and then we're going to stick the tape. So what we need to do is just damp around here, and then we're going to put a little bit of plaster on. Now, so ready to fill the hole. So where's a trowel here, you're saying? Here. No credit card, even the new one you can clean afterwards. Library card, once it's flexible, has a bit of flex in it, it'll make it a great plastering tool. And I often use these to get into awkward little spaces that the trowel won't fit. So we want to put a little bit just around the edge, nice tight bit. Just put it on, you don't have to be too fussy at this stage. And then we're going to push our paper in, upside down here. Now, push that into the hole. We press our paper into the plaster. And then we get a little bit of plaster and go around it again. Just pull it in around it like that. You can put it on fairly sloppy. Just make sure you have a bit all the way around it like that. Yep. Push our other bit in there now. Now, as I said, don't be afraid to lash it on. It will kind of run down it. You're not trying to get it flat at this stage. You're just trying to cover everything. Make sure you have a bit of stuff covering everything. And then you let that set for a couple of minutes. You can clean off this excess stuff down here and use that to kind of blend the back in at the edges. And then as it's picking up, you just flatten it a little bit. You could let that go hard and sand it tomorrow. But with the card, because you have the flexibility, you can get a trowel on it. Now I like to come from the side here and blend that back into the original board or wall. And then for more stuff in the middle here, you'll see your little dips and grooves. Rub it in. Yeah. Let that pick up for 5 minutes or so. Let it dry in a bit. And then we'll get a sponge it in, and then use more card now. Now it's been drying in for a minute. As I said, you can finish using your bowl, you can clean it out, get some fresh water, or you could use a second bowl. I generally like to use a second bowl because I might want to take a little bit more of this and touch it up. So the edges now are starting to dry, the middle is still soft. That's okay, you just wait a little bit longer. But what you don't want to do is let the edges go too dry. So squeeze your sponge out a bit and just rub it around the edge. Just literally press it hard on one side and let it kind of, the other side just rub off it. What that'll do is what we like to call floating. So it'll kind of pull it all in, it'll take a few of the bumps out of it, and it'll get it to where, as I said, you could let that go hard, sand it tomorrow. Now, when it's picked up a bit more, and it's still a little bit soft, but when it's picked up a bit more, we'll fill in any dips we see. Just the card, we'll give a little bit of pressure, the card will spread the stuff around. And as you spot, you just take a little bit of stuff, put it in the hole, and then kind of glide the card over it. And you will get a little feel for this. And when you're coming again, as I said, around the edges, press hard at one corner so you're getting it back to nothing. All the way around, and as you can actually move in that way. Try and trowel up. If you trowel down, you will pull dips into it and across when you're not used to it. So just go up if you can at the start. It doesn't take a lot of pressure. It's nearly the weight of the card doing it for me. Well, and again, I'll just sponge the edge of that. Now, you're looking and you're saying, oh, but there's lines in it. Don't worry about that. Sponge it all in. Let it go for another 5 or 10 minutes. And it'll be much easier to finish then. Now, we've let that set for about 10 minutes. It's gone quite hard. Still a bit of soft stuff in the bowl. So what I normally do is take a bit, and this middle bit still needs a bit filling, and the edges actually kind of need a bit shaving. So what you do is you can press hard here now, and you can kind of shave it. It won't really damage the plaster. And it's a little hole, put a bit, leave a bit of stuff there, and then come back and kind of go across the hole, and then come the other way. And as you're doing that now, you'll start getting a much flatter shape. Now, it's still rough, but we're not worried about that. What we're trying to do is just get the shape. Now, there was a bit of a dip in my board, so I have this little hole in the middle that's going to take a little bit more work, but at this stage normally this would be more or less finished. You would let that go a little bit harder, and then you would get your sponge and just sponge around the edges again. And in the back you can go around a circle if you find a kind of a rough spot, and you can do that all the way around it. And as I said, you could let that go hard till tomorrow. Give it a little bit of fine sandpaper, just a light little sand, and that'll be grand. Or you can wait 10 minutes and come back, let that go hard again, and come back and do a little bit more filling, and then you can kind of trowel with the card, and you'll see that just gets it a little bit smoother. Obviously if your card has little lines in it, you will get little tiny lines in your plaster, but little lines aren't going to do any harm. And if it's a loyalty card, a new one, you can usually pick them up in the shops, so we have a good edge on it. This just happens to be a bank card that I use, so it has marks in it. Now, so as I said, you kind of have a little look around. We have a dip here just because of the dip that was in the board, so I'm going to go up the way to kind of fill the dip, and then I'm going to walk away from it for another 5 or 10 minutes, and then I'll be able to come back and finish it. Now, as I said, we left this for about another 10 minutes, and as you can see, it's starting to go hard here. It's going to kind of a darker colour, so you can come along now with your sponge and you can kind of rub around the edges again, and then rub kind of up and around in the middle. And basically that would do you. You can walk away from that now and come back tomorrow with a really fine sandpaper, barely glide over it, paint away. So that will save you a fortune, and you don't need to be skilled. Now, if you feel you have a bit of skill, you can use your card or trowel or wherever you have, but a card will do you, and you can flatten it in a bit more. Now, as I said, this card has a few marks in it, but it will flatten it in a bit. Now, you're never going to get it perfect like the way a plaster would, but you're not trying to, because otherwise you're going to have to pay someone to do it. And I've done holes like this in walls and got 100 quid, 150 quid, 80 quid all day long. So now I've let it go hard and give it a good polish and trowel up and all. But what I'm saying is you can save yourself 80 to 100 quid. Bathroom sponge, piece of plasterboard, pencil, knife, bit of plaster, a little bit of sandpaper, you're done. Let that go hard, sand it, paint it tomorrow, save yourself 80 quid. Yeah, so when it's gone hard, as I said, you can just give it a light sand, paint. Actually, a little trick you can use is just before it goes completely hard and it's starting to go black like that. Years ago they used to rub it with pig skin. You can use your own skin. Just around a circle, and it will shine up a little bit, and it takes a little layer off on your hand. Just wash your hand, and that's it. Again, you can come back with the sponge well squeezed out, and just, so you don't even need a trowel. Now, if you trowel at that stage, it'll come up shining, but that's perfectly good. I'm going to actually let that dry a little bit more, and I'm going to paint it just to show you. Just painted that, it's matching well. Now there's sun shining across it there, and that bit's still not fully dried out, so it looks a bit streaky, but in a couple of minutes now that'll suck in, and it'll be a good match. Well, as you can see, matches in well. As the paint dries out, you won't see it. So there you have it, plaster hole in the wall, literally no materials involved. You could get the plaster for free, but you will get the plasterboard free, and you'll get a little bag of joint filler or plaster or painter's filler for less than a £5, and you don't need any plastering tools. Bank card, credit card, library card, a sponge, 2 bowls, and some sharp implement to cut it. And as you can see, a little bit of sandpaper next day, paint it, save yourself 100 quid. So I hope that helped.